actually quite excited to try these on because I bashed them quite harshly in my last video. Whatever, I'm not LULULEMON's marketing team. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Ashley. If you're new here, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to give it a like because it really supports my channel. Hit the big red subscribe button if you want to stick around for more. In the description, I'll have a link to my vlog channel, which I've been having a lot of fun with. So head over there if you're on the lookout for more lifestyle content. So I had a lot of fun with this video. I'm super excited to share it with you. So I trekked into the LULULEMON on Broadway in Soho to try on a bunch of new products, as well as some products that I have completely crapped on in some of my last anti-hauls. So I thought it would be quite amusing to try them on and see how I really feel about them and give my honest opinion, of course, as usual. So if that interests you, keep on watching. Make sure to stick around next week for part 2, where I continue this review try-on haul series and chat about a bunch of LULULEMON's top high support bras and my honest thoughts. So look forward to that. So first I wanted to start with a product that I chatted about a lot in my last anti-haul, and a couple people in the comments gave me a lot more insight into the Instill tights and kind of the fabric and the feel of it. It was definitely still being highlighted as like the front runner product in the store when I walked in. And it was actually kind of funny. I was like filming side b-roll for this video, and an educator came up and was like, "Oh, taking photos?" And I'm like, yeah. Sadly did not get your name, but she was super helpful. So the Instill tights, I was kind of surprised by, kind of not really. When I tried them on, I was first really shocked with how heavy the fabric was, because they are marketing them as, in my opinion, kind of like an alternative to Aligns. You know, Aligns are very popular to begin with, but they are made for lighter workouts like yoga. And so when putting on the Instill tights, I was thinking like, okay, it's probably going to be like a lighter weight fabric, kind of on the softer side, just really like lightweight and breathable. But I was completely wrong. The first thing I noticed when I first put them on was how heavy the fabric is. Like, I just couldn't get over how heavy it was. I have some notes on my phone so I wouldn't forget what to say. So the fabric almost felt like a thicker Align Cool fabric, if you remember those bad boys. RIP, they did not go over well. It was, I don't even know why they called them Align Cools. They could have just called them some other random new kind of fabric. But if you do remember those, they came out, I want to say, last year. So if you do remember those, let me know down in the comments because you're a real one. The Align Cool fabric was basically just like not related at all to Nulu. It was just a more slick feel fabric, but not anywhere near as slick as, say, the Luxtreme, like the Wonder Unders, or the New Lux of the Fast and Freeze. But it was just like a more slick touch. But it was not nearly as soft as the normal Nulu fabric, and did not really feel much like the Aligns at all, in my opinion. So at first I was thinking like, okay, with the Instills, are they trying to go for more what vibe that Align Cool fabric was, or is it even the same thing? I don't even remember precisely what the Align Cool fabric felt like. Take a shot every time I said Align Cool, which I just thought was really weird because, again, the Aligns are just made so lightweight and breathable. Like, it's meant to have the feel like nothing sensation, whereas the Instills I just found were complete opposite. So I just really don't think that they can even be even slightly compared as a legging. So if you love the Aligns, I would not get the Instills thinking that they're going to be like them. And then besides like how heavy I felt the fabric was, especially compared to the Nulu, they just were not breathable. Really not as breathable as the other fabrics. First I was like, I wonder how they show sweat. And then I took them off and they most definitely show sweat quite easily. So I don't even know what I would recommend them for. If they are definitely not lightweight and they're definitely not breathable. Basically just the complete opposite of the Aligns, essentially. But on the positive side, I did like the waistband. I liked how it was slightly cinched, but I didn't find that it was like too much compression, too suctiony. I know one of you said that you sized up in the Instills, and then after speaking with the really nice educator, she recommends not sizing up and sticking with your normal size. So I did try on my normal size, which I typically do a size 4 in leggings unless they're like super compressive, like the Swift Speeds, or sometimes something like a Fast and Free. I might go up into a 6. I did like the waistband. And then the seams as well, I just thought were really complimentary. Like I said, I'm like 95% sure the seams are identical to what the Unlimit tight seams are. And also I know some people are quite upset that the Instills have the center seam, but like at this point, just like Lululemon, I feel like is never gonna get rid of that. So I'm quite used to it. I don't really think much of it, but just to note, it still does have that center seam. So final thoughts in the Instills. I personally could never see myself buying them, even if they were on markdown, just because I just felt like so constricted in the sense that it was like heavy and not breathable, and like it's a comfortable fabric. I just didn't like the way it felt on my body, if that makes sense. So next up, I want to do a complete side switch. The next thing that I tried on was the Power Thru high-rise tights. So I not only picked up a couple full price items, but I raided through the markdown section and found some gems. Let's just put it that way. So the Power Thru high-rise tight 25. So I'm pretty sure, I literally just checked the website, and this exact pattern in the 23 inch is full price, which I thought was an interesting move because the 25 inch is almost always more popular than the 23 inch, but whatever, I'm not Lululemon's marketing team. I was actually quite excited to try these on because I bashed them quite harshly in my last video. And I mean, spoiler alert, I definitely think it was quite justified in my opinion. So the Power Thru fabric, it is nice and smooth. It's technically called an abrasion resistant fabric, but I definitely was getting kind of like Luxtreme feels, like not completely, but I was getting like a Luxtreme kind of vibe. So the fabric that the Wonder Unders are made out of, the Swift Speeds, I'm blanking, Luxtreme's in like everything, like energy bras. Could you tell I used to work for Lululemon? Clearly not, I don't know any of my like product facts. So when I first put them on, again, I did get kind of like more of a Luxtreme feel. I did like the feel of the fabric. Definitely took me a bit to put them on. They're definitely quite compressive around the waist. I still think I would stay true to size in them, but if you're kind of in between sizing, I would probably size up in these, just because they have that like really suction compression on the waist, similar to the Swift Speed, where depending how I'm feeling, I might not even be able to get them on because they're so tight. But the weirdest thing with the Power Thrus is the fabric is layered, which I thought was, like when I say layered, I'll insert a photo of what I mean, but with the way they had the seams and the different layers of the fabric like moved. And you know when like two fabrics just like go like this and make a weird noise, like I just felt like that's just that was the experience of them. As I was adjusting them while putting them on, I felt like they like weren't adjusting because I was only able to grab the top layer of the fabric, and then it was just a really weird experience. I mean, even on markdown, I don't even think they're like that much of a steal. On markdown, they're $109. No, please don't buy these. Please save your money. Okay, and next up is the lightweight hooded jacket, which is full price online in this color, yellow serpentine, but it was an in-store markdown when I was in the store. So if you don't know, Lululemon does these things called in-store markdowns, which honestly are the best, where if there's a random one-off product that doesn't really fit anywhere in the store and it's been there for a while, that store will do this thing called an in-store markdown, where it's only a markdown in that store or whatever store chooses it, just because they want to move the product. So in my case, this was on markdown in the store, and I'm like, just as I expected when I was talking about it, it is just a regular jacket. Like, yeah, it was like good quality, nice fabric. The only one they had was in a bigger size, but still I thought that like I could have worn it, like it was just a little bit oversized. But I think even on markdown it was still like $80 or $90, and no, still couldn't justify paying that much money for a jacket that doesn't really have any frills. Next up, I just felt like I had to try on something in this Heritage 365 Camo Briar Rose multi-pattern because I've just shat on it so many times in the last like month and a half that I felt like I had to try it on. So what they had on markdown in this pattern was the Align crops, which I'm quite short. I'm like 5'3"-ish, so the crops go pretty far down. I would say like probably actually about where it is on this model. Maybe like a little bit lower on my legs. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. I mean, they're Aligns, your typical Aligns. Definitely the pattern, at least in the Aligns, isn't as bad as seeing the pattern in some other products, but I still wouldn't buy it. So kind of more so for amusement purposes, I really wanted to try it on. This was definitely the most normal thing I tried on, and it must have just gone on markdown this morning because it definitely wasn't when I went the other day. The LA Cropped Boxy Tee, I actually really liked this, and if I was looking for just a cute t-shirt, I totally would have bought it, but I just couldn't justify buying it because you can't really tell in these photos. I don't even know if in the description it mentions anything about the fabric, but it's like a thicker cotton terry fabric. So maybe this would be like super cute in the fall or even in the winter, but right now with it being so hot and humid out, I just couldn't justify buying a shirt that's like a cotton, thicker terry fabric. I did end up trying on more items, but I'm going to split it into a part 2, which will focus on a review of some of Lululemon's top high support bras. But yeah, that is all of the fun goodies that I'm going to be chatting about with you today. I hope this was helpful. Make sure to head over to my vlog channel if you want to check out some of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.